I'm Teresa, and welcome to Dazzling in the Kitchen. Today, honey, I want to dazzle you with my fabulous guacamole. It is delightful and delicious, and it's perfect for any game day. And I'm talking about that game day that's coming up. All right, so we want to get started with our fresh ingredients. We're going to start with 4 tender guacamole. Now, notice I said tender because you want to make sure you have perfectly ripe avocados, because if you have crunchy avocados, you're going to have a guaca mess and not a guacamole, and we don't want that, sugar. So when you go to the store, you want to make sure that your avocado, I like mine to have a little brown on them, because if it's too green, honey, it just got off the vine. So I like it a little tender. You want to be able to just push down on it just a little bit, and if it gives a little, then it should be ready for your guac. All right, so like I said, I have 4 of these avocados, and we're just gonna get that fruit right out of them. All right, let's get them all cut up. Now you want to make sure you rinse all of your fruits and vegetables off before you get started also. We don't want any of that stuff that's been in the garden in our bowl today, honey. All right. Now you notice I still have a pit in this one here. All we want to do is give it a nice chop, and voila, it's out. Y'all be careful. Don't be cutting yourself up and said that I taught you how to make guacamole and then you cut yourself, because I don't want those problems. All right, so I got one more in there I'm going to grab. I actually stole a slice out of it for breakfast. So we're going to go ahead and scoop out our avocado with a spoon here. And you see how perfectly tender that is? Just soft enough so you can get it nice and mixed up for your dip. All right. Okay, the next thing we're gonna need, now that we got all of our avocados out of their shell, we need to go ahead and add some lime. You need to add some citrus to this, and then we're gonna say lime specifically because obviously that's classic in guacamole, but you need citrus because it's gonna turn brown and you'll look like a clown. So you don't wanna do that with your guacamole. You wanna make sure that you get some citrus in there, and that's gonna preserve it a little bit and keep it. Now, I have to say this because I'm a little bit tacky. You really need a juice of 1 full lime, but I only have half a lime today, so this is what's gonna work for my guacamole, y'all. So I'm gonna get the juice of 1 lime right in there. Oop. All right. Give that a squeeze. One of these days, I'm gonna grow up and be a big girl, and I'm gonna get me one of those juicers, one of those hand juicers, so I won't have to try to squeeze the daylights out of my lemons and limes. But for now, this is gonna work just fine for me. All right, loves, it's time to smash. And I ain't talking about that other stuff. We smashing this guacamole today. I got this, it's a potato masher or any kind of masher. You know, if you want to use your hand, you could do that too. But I like a little texture in mine, so I'm not going to go crazy and mash this up like mashed potatoes. So I'm just going to, you know, gently press it down, and I might just finish it off with a fork. But you just kind of want to get them started. Mashing up these avocados. All right, it's a good time to switch to the fork, because I like a little texture in my guacamole. I don't want it to be whipped, you know, and smushed up. And that to me tends to be when I go somewhere and I taste the guacamole, I can tell when they bought it from the grocery store and didn't make it homemade, other than the fact that it doesn't taste that great. Mainly because, hey sugar, don't you want to look up at me? How you doing? I can tell when it's store-bought, because a lot of times it's just been put through some kind of processor and it has no texture and it's just like baby food. So you want some nice texture in your guac. All right, so that looks about right. Now we can move on to the rest of our fresh ingredients. All right, we're gonna get about a half of a small onion. Now, obviously, the size of your onion and the other ingredients that you're going to be using is going to depend on the amount of guacamole you're making. So obviously, this recipe can be doubled, tripled, quadrupled, however you want to do it. But again, you don't want too much onion in your guacamole. And I like to chop my stuff very fine because that's the last thing I want, is to have a chip and then a bite in a big chunk of onion or tomato or garlic or any of that stuff. So you want to make sure you cut it up nice and smooth. Oh, by the way, I have a little disclaimer I wanted to put out there. Don't worry, it's no drama. I know Christmas is over and I still have my poinsettia back here, but honey, I'm trying to keep my plant alive. I mean, I know the holidays is over, but this is a living plant. So as long as she's still alive and thriving, I'm trying to challenge myself to keep that that beautiful flower alive. It's already been about a month, so I think we're doing pretty good keeping it alive. Maybe my thumb is green after all, y'all. All right. Let's get these onions in. I don't think I'm going to use all this onion, to be honest. Hold up. Because you don't need too much. All right, now we're going to go in with one Roma tomato. Now, if you like a lot of tomatoes in your guacamole, then by all means, use as much as you like. We don't like a whole lot of tomatoes in this house. I don't mind, but you know, some other folks around here, my husband, doesn't like all that tomato. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this Roma tomato in. I got a nice small one. All right, and I'm also going to chop this up pretty small because again, we don't like big chunks of anything in our guacamole. All right, that's going in. So who are y'all looking for to be in the Super Bowl? Is the playoffs over? That's a shame. I shouldn't even be talking about football. All I know is when my team is out, I'm out. And if y'all don't know, now you're about to know, I'm from Boston. So you know that team everybody just loves. Yes, I'm a Patriots fan. So they're out, so I'm out. I'm just kind of waiting around for the festivities of the game. All right, now we like it spicy, honey. We're gonna put a little jalapeno in the situation. Get things hot in here. All right, now if you like it real spicy, you can keep all those seeds and rib right in there. But if you don't need all that spice in your guacamole, you just cut it right out just like that. I'm only gonna use about a half a jalapeno today. I don't wanna burn nobody's tail off. All right. Yes, y'all, I'm just waiting on the Super Bowl. I like the whole party aspect. You know, it's just a lot of fun to get together and watch the game. Whoever wins, wins. I'm fine with it. All right, we got our jalapenos in. All right, y'all, because I done got lazy, I bought a garlic press. So basically all that means is I don't have to smash with my hand and chop finely all those little garlic, because I like fresh garlic. I don't like those little jar garlic that's sitting in the water and all that. I don't know what that's all about, but I like fresh garlic, and I buy it already peeled, because who wants to peel garlic paper? Not me, because it gets all up under your nails, and that is not cute. Can you imagine? I like to touch my husband's face a lot. Can you, the garlic fingers, that's, we're not doing that. So I bought a garlic press. I did all that to tell you that. So basically you're just gonna put your clove of garlic right in there. And I got this from IKEA, y'all. IKEA, send me some money, sponsor me for something. All right, and we can just use a little muscle and smash our garlic right up in there. And then all you gotta do is just move it right off, just like that. And you got crushed garlic. How beautiful. I love my gadgets. So that's one garlic clove. We're gonna do another one. All right. I may not be all into technology, but I am into kitchen gadgets. I'm a little gadgety when it comes to my kitchen. So don't be creating stuff for me to have shortcuts, because I will buy it, and that's going to be a problem. All right. All right, and now for our last fresh ingredient, in my little emoji cup here, we need some fresh cilantro in this situation. So I got a nice little bunch of cilantro, about 6 or 7 sprigs here. All right, so we're just gonna get some of those chopped up nicely. Doesn't have to be too fine. You can make your guacamole as rustic and chunky as you like. Have it cowboy style. Here we go with the cowboys again. I know I was just talking about that with my ribeye steak. I don't know what it is about the cowboy, but anyway, I know they have a lot of dishes like this down in Texas, so maybe that's where the cowboy comes from. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get that cilantro right in there. I love sprinkling like fairy dust. All right, so that's all of our fresh ingredients. Let me wipe off my hands. And now we're ready to season up the situation. All right. So first thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in with some good old salt and pepper. Not too much, just enough. Some black pepper. Now remember, we have jalapenos in here, so don't go too crazy with the pepper. All right. The love of my life, garlic powder. We have fresh garlic, but I need to taste my garlic in my guacamole. All right, next we're gonna have a little tiny bit of cumin. Cumin is one of those little spices that pack a big punch, and I mean a big one. So you don't need a lot because a little goes a long way. So just about 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. It's gonna make it nice and rustic, nice flavor. And a little lemon pepper goes right in. And a little bit more. I like that zest that it gives. I have that lime, but that lemon pepper gives it a little bit more. All right, we're looking good. I'm ready to mix things up. Y'all, it smells so good in here, and I haven't even cooked anything, but this blend of flavors just smells amazing. All right, y'all, we're all mixed up nice and good, so it's a great time to give it a little taste, because again, we don't serve anybody just anything, and I'm not afraid to try it and go back in here. All right, so let me just give it a little. I know what I'm doing. I don't know why I doubt myself. Maybe I just wanted some, but it sure doesn't need anything else. All it needs is some tortilla chips. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get these in a little bowl so we can get to snacking, honey. So there you have it, my loves, my fantastically fabulous guacamole, ready for any Super Bowl party or game day event. She's already had her Instagram photo. Speaking of Instagram, are you following me? Because I am at Dazzling in the Kitchen. I don't like to say at and then at again, but that's where I am, at Dazzling in the Kitchen on Instagram. I'd love to see you over there, honey. Come give me a little shout out. Also, I did want to mention to you that if you have any requests, I am totally open and welcome any requests that you may have. I do like to cook any and everything, and I'll learn it for you because I just like to feel my way through food, and I can definitely show you how to do that. But right now, what I want to show you is how amazing this guacamole turned out. So I am more than excited. I'm just gonna get a little chip because it's curly and it gives me a little scoop. I should have got the scoops. Why didn't I get the scoops? Anyway, it'll work for any tortilla chip. Let me get a nice little bit of guac on there. I know what I'm doing, y'all. I know what I'm doing. Follow this recipe. You are gonna wow all of your people with this guacamole. I would love for all of you to subscribe to my channel. Don't just visit, stay a while. Kick up your feet, grab a cold drink. I'll be here all day in this kitchen. Follow me, I did say that, follow me on Instagram. And please thumbs up my video, leave me a comment. I love to chat with you. All right, family, until next time, I hope that you all just stay dazzling.